What is up, YouTube? How is it going, everybody?
What is up?
Glad to be with you guys.
What's up?
Let's go.
We just got Homestead. All right, I'm gonna get the poll started. Here we go for the poll thing again. I'm gonna get the poll started for the race.
The DJ back on the pole
every time.
Typical. He's gotta make that money somehow.
Listen, it happens. Got to do what you got to do.
You know how we were putting B's in front of everybody's names?
Yeah. Kyle Larson wins the race. Continues the B strat. BJ Bilson.
Perfect.
He's on the pole.
Sorry, it's been one of those days. What happens when the race doesn't give you enough excitement, like in the midway, you just start coming with all kinds of random stuff.
Start making drivers' names.
I can never remember what our flags are. It's black flag, yellow flag, green flag, checkered.
You'd never have fun with flags.
I don't ever remember which one.
Checker is best. Green is good. Yellow is needs improvement. Red or...
Are we doing red or black?
Black is don't come back.
Black is don't
So we
come
don't
back.
do red.
It rhymes.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
cute. It's cute.
It's cute.
Choose black flag.
Black flags matter.
Oh my gosh. I feel like it's going to be one of these podcasts.
It's
bro.
going to be one of these podcasts.
It's going to be
man.
one of these podcasts.
Do you have a good transition question?
What's that?
If you guys have any
Yeah,
questions
I
you
know.
guys want to see us answer about the race today, drop it in the chat for us, and
What
queue it
driver
up.
has your favorite name if you change it to B?
Brad Bislowski.
No, Allmendinger is the all-time winner, bro.
Ballmandinger.
Ballmandinger.
You got to go with the first name, too.
Yeah.
BJ Ballmandinger.
Bile Bush. Oh, God.
Ooh.
Kyle with a B just does not work. Bile Larson, Bile Bush.
Bile Bush is diabolical.
Base Belliot.
All right,
You're
here we go.
pushing so hard right there.
I'm just trying to run through them.
Poll is up and live, everybody. So let us
DJ's
know what you
poll
guys.
is on the chat.
No, my chat is on the poll.
You want the uncensored version? You got to go to the Discord.
This is wrong.
Listen, if it
So
gets
many
us,
things.
if it gets us viewers, I'm all about it.
Oh, man.
Anything for the subs.
Oh,
simp.
God.
Everything for the content.
We're going to start our own website, only race fans.
Don't forget the audio, gentlemen.
Yep. God, bro, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm trying
Did
to
you
send
guys
a
post
link
it in the chat?
Posting.
Yes, sir.
Dude, it's not there.
Posting.
For some reason, Discord didn't send me the notification. To be honest.
The music went away.
Yeah, I gotta fix it.
Oh, there you
It
go.
doesn't loop.
Yeah,
Don't piss in my PBR and call it lemonade.
All right. I'm good there. Nope, we don't want you guys to see that, so we're gonna keep this. Click this button. I will change what I
Whoop,
see.
that's almost the wrong person to send it to.
Okay. Let me know when you guys are ready officially, and I'll start the main show.
Almost sent it to the wrong Jason.
Could be worse. Could be worse.
It won't accept my vote. There he goes.
It's an illegal vote.
It's not an illegal.
I forgot you've been banned ever since you said you love triangles.
I love triangles.
Oh man, I think
RG,
I'm
you got a
ready.
long run to go, brother.
What do you say? What do you say?
It says black flagged until Blaney outblazed Homestead.
Wordy.
What's up, everybody? Everyone's jumping in here. So, yeah, if you guys got any questions you want to see us answer on the show, drop it in the chat for us, and then we will answer it later as part of the question section. If we like it. If it's not good, then, well,
If I
You'll
can't
be-
read it,
you will
we're
be
not going to do
ignored.
it.
yeah, we'll ignore it.
Yep.
I'll don't
I
worry
like
about
the
the
one
size of it.
skeleton glove, man. I'm kind of about it.
right,
Take
Michael.
it easy, Michael Jackson. Did you fix Nate's name? Oh yeah, you did.
Perfectly balanced.
Just Nate? No.
No.
It's just Nate.
Jeff,
Yeah.
you look a lot different this week.
Jeff, you got taller.
You gained like 80
Yeah, there we go.
pounds.
Now he's Jeff.
Did you dye your beard?
It's okay. I fixed it. He's Jeff now.
Oh, did you?
Now he's Nate.
All right.
All right.
I'm ready when
Sweet.
y'all are.
I am ready to go. So let's go ahead and get this shindig going.
Let's do it.
Sound good? Sound good to everybody? Everybody okay with that?
No.
No.
Oh, well, here we go anyway. Kyle Larson doesn't get the sweep, but manages to win the race at Homestead. There was a lot of things that happened at the track, and Jake actually went to the Xfinity race. We are here for the speed. We are glad to be with you guys. My name is DJ. I'm joined by, well,
What's up? I'm Jake.
And I'm Nate.
What is up, everyone? Matthew here. Local Brad.
otherwise known as Michael.
Local Michael Jackson fan.
Got one glove on. There's another one's like right there, but bigger one works.
I'm not gonna lie. I would probably put the other one on, but I've got stuff to do.
Stuff to do. I'll probably take it off like halfway through.
You probably will.
Yeah.
Put it on the other hand.
It's kind of comfortable, but like, it is what it is. Just put it on the backwards hand.
Yeah, it'd be fine. So,
Oh,
all right.
man.
So, what do you guys think? We just finished the Homestead race. Overall, what do you think? We got the chat going. We got it with the poll in there. So, chat going. We got a chance to vote. Let us know what you guys thought of the race. What do you guys think so far? What
You
do we
want to jump
thinking?
right in the poll?
Yeah, jump. What's our opinion?
Jump
what do we
right
think?
on the poll?
Yeah, jump on the poll. Don't be scared.
I give it a green flag. I liked it.
Yeah.
Not the best Homestead race. Last year we had the last lap pass by Reddick. That was pretty incredible. So, but other than that, I thought it was pretty good.
Man, I gotta just throw it in there and just say, man, I think it really comes down to it being like one of the playoff races.
Yeah.
That makes it that little bit exciting because the race was extremely similar to last year's.
Yeah.
Without the pass.
Just knowing it's not like 8 drivers really fighting their way to be in the top 4, like kind of changes the game. It was still a great race. I gave it a green flag as well, but not having that
Playoff implication.
that sudden death feel.
Yeah.
Kind of changed the game. Like I'm totally down for like 2 of these races. I thought it was good. I'm totally coming back. I thought it was way better than last year or last week.
So you want 2 Homestead races,
I'm cool with 2 Homestead.
but only 1 Las Vegas.
Las Vegas was not as good as today.
All right. You make no sense still. Okay.
Las Vegas wasn't as good as today's.
All right.
I thought today was better.
Somebody's got to be wrong, so it's fine.
It's probably you.
Didn't you both vote green?
Yeah.
So how is he wrong? I'm so
That's a great
confused.
question. How am I wrong?
I don't know.
No, elaborate.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Nate, what do you think?
Nate.
I voted yellow just because.
Byron
it's-
sucked.
Well, no, it's
I
because
know why. It's because you changed Briscoe.
so many
true.
things went wrong for me today. No, but well, just because I want to pose a question. What do you think they can do to make it better?
Nothing.
Great. I think this is pretty much what you're going to get for a Homestead race, and I'm fine with that.
Do you
I'm-
think
I'm doing
horsepower
it.
would make it better?
I don't know. Like a softer tire or more horsepower is just going to create more separation. I don't
Yeah.
think it's going to create more passing.
I see that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think if the cars were more equal, you might have more. There's like a real small sweet spot where you'll get like the most amount of passing. But I think with the progressive
I think they're
banking
there.
and like everything, I think this is it.
I think they're
this
there.
is as good as it's going to get, and I'm fine with it. I'm good with it. It's a straight up oval.
Yeah.
I mean, Ryan Blaney was not to be denied till he denied himself.
Same
Again,
with Bowman.
2 weeks in a row.
Same with Bowman.
Three weeks in a row he's had issues.
What was it at Phoenix?
Was a tire I think. Or,
At Phoenix. Did he have a
can't
mechanical at
there was
Phoenix?
something I thought.
He blew a motor last week, right?
or was it Phoenix? He blew the motor last week. It was something else.
I don't know. A lot of mechanical problems. with
He's
Blaney.
had I think it was 3 incidents.
Bummer. He ruined it, man. We were about to have 3 B named drivers in a row. Big
We
bummer.
did. It's Kyle Larson.
Well, I was going
Well,
to
he
say
changed his
we
name to
technically
Larson.
did with Bell. Bell won 3 times in a row, so there you go.
All right. Well, it was supposed to be all year.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
I like how Kyle Larson's like, hey, that's really cute that Christopher Bell won 3 races in 3 weeks. It's like I could do it in 1 weekend.
Yeah,
I mean, he didn't, but he still could have.
He should
He was
have.
right there.
he should have. We'll get into that a little bit later. I'm gonna be honest. I voted checkered.
Checker.
It
You
to
barely
me-
knew her.
Yeah, I know. But no, it's Homestead. I've always enjoyed the race at Homestead. It's
Yeah.
always a solid race. There is stuff going on through the whole time. You had action on pit road. Technically, yes, Matt, I know what you're going to say. Technically, this is one critique that could make it better. Would be like the last lap pass last year with Reddick, but you're not going to get that every race anyway.
I think that's just that sudden death feeling.
Yeah.
You know?
But otherwise, I mean, you had stuff going on all through the race. You had speeding penalties. You had a little bit of the strategy of, hey, some guys were coming in and splitting the stage exactly. Some were running it a little bit long and trying to, have little fresher tires farther into the run. So there was strategy. There was a little bit. There was comers and goers through the whole race. To me, there's comers and goers as good as you're ever going to see.
There was a lot of comers and goers.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So to me, this is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
It fits all the boxes.
There's a few drivers I was keeping an eye on. One was AJ Allmendinger.
Yeah.
Man, he had a great stat walking into this weekend, and he delivered. I think
crazy
he got
because I told you
top
the
10.
opposite. I was like, there's no way I'm picking him in the fantasy league because his practice results, he was the worst out of everybody.
No, he was
the worst guy.
100%. Excuse me.
I didn't even think I didn't pick him.
No,
he was
he had the
36 out of 36 on lap averages
technically
for every category.
Technically, he's only raced here twice in the 3 times the next gen's been here. He's finished 5.5 or 5.3.
5.5, I believe.
Yeah, somewhere around. So getting that top 10 was a solid pick for him, right?
Yeah.
So it's just kind of one of those, like, he's got one of the highest average finishes, but he only has 2 out of the 3 races because he wasn't in the Cup Series last year. So it's kind of one of those wild card, and his lap averages suck. So I had him as a GP, and I never switched him over. But hey, great run for him. I mean, to be honest, like with AJ Allmendinger, like bravo,
The dinger.
kept her going.
We do have Robert in the chat saying that they need saying that they should in some of these races need the Auburndale paintball option.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie,
Some of the cars look like they had
What's
that
up,
option.
Jason?
dude. Right? Some of them did.
Jason in the chat.
Jason says he loves the Dale Earnhardt gloves.
It's funny. I bought those gloves, and I feel like everybody else wears them more than I do around the house.
That's
You
okay.
want one? I got one.
I'll take one.
There you
No, I don't want that one.
go. You don't want the right hand?
He's better with his left hand.
I'm a lefty.
The sad part is
Hello, buddy.
Oh my god.
Oh, good stuff.
Jeez,
Anyways.
what
Any drivers you guys were paying attention to during the race? Like any notable mentions, I guess?
I mean, Blaney was running insane until the
Let's talk about
inevitable.
like non-factors.
But non-factors.
Yeah.
Let me pull up
Logano,
the,
non-factor. No one
non-factor.
talked about
Oh,
it
the,
Bell.
at all day.
Bell fell.
Besides spinning out, yeah, he was a non-factor. He was not even on anyone's radar.
I really thought
SVG.
the new
Non-factor.
Oh my god.
Any of Trackhouse.
I think
Honestly.
SVG ran outside top 30 every lap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Ouch.
For
Shocking.
somebody that was
It
looking
was
like he was improving.
a true racers oval and
for
got
Team
his
305?
butt whooped.
For Team 305, didn't show up.
305. what is
Oh, Mr. 305.
Pitbull. Mr. 305, Pitbull.
it? Oh, he
Miami.
gone.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
305
but like,
is.
not only is Pitbull gone,
That doesn't
the
even make
straps are
sense
gone.
anymore.
But listen.
He
Trackhouse's headquarters, quote unquote, is Nashville. But if there was a second home, it was always Miami, and it is
Could you
not
imagine?
anymore.
I mean,
every race. leaves for
Trackhouse has
Miami.
been bad there for a minute.
Yeah,
They were bad last year too.
yeah.
They were not good at all. But I really like. I think I'm really a big fan of Penske's and the Wood Brothers' new pit road choreography.
Yeah, I didn't notice it. What happened?
How could you not notice? They were backwards.
Up.
They tried pitting backwards.
They were.
I thought you were talking about
They're so
GGRs.
synchronized, like whoosh.
I thought it was like some like, oh, they pulled out these monitors, or oh, they did this. Like they're
You know?
actually jumping over the cars now. No, it's
I was
just
gonna
the
say,
backwards.
They even worked together. And, like Barry, helped Logano get turned around into his pit box.
Teammates, bro.
I wonder if there'd be something to that.
Definitely not.
That'd be wild.
But,
Listen, we need to do only 2 tires, but we need to do the opposite side. So
Oh.
can you come in backwards?
Well, we saw Suarez try it later, and he totally screwed it up.
Yeah.
All by himself.
And Bell did
With
it
no
on the
caution.
front
Takes 2
stretch
to
instead
tango.
of Bell did it on the front stretch instead of down pit road. So listen, it's a work in progress.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was interesting. That one pit stop, man, it was crazy. I mean, they were 4 wide coming out of there, and that is a
You can't do that there.
super tight pit road, man. Like,
Nope. Yeah.
there's not a lot of room.
Nope. Not
Yeah,
fair.
it was close, man. We got Mark in the chat. How's it going? 2 laps away from a sweep. Should have got the sweep.
Should have.
Oh man, you want to talk
Should've.
about robbery?
Yeah.
Golly.
Well, did they ever say exactly what it was?
I'm a victim here.
What was it? What did he
Of
spin
the
the tires?
Xfinity race?
Yeah.
You want to keep going Cup, or you want to go?
Well, I
into
just want to
Xfinity?
jump to that real quick.
You want to keep going Cup, or you want to go?
Well, I
into
just want to
Xfinity?
jump to that real quick. Like,
Sam Mayer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dick.
Kyle Larson
Matt
did
does
wait.
not like Sam Mayer.
Kyle Larson did wait to go very late in the restart box at that last restart with 2
It
to
was
go.
his choice.
Yeah, yeah. So he did nothing wrong, but like the
Penalize
normal,
the entire field. That's
the normal
only
thing to do
solution.
is to go at the beginning. He waits to the end, gets everybody all jumbled up. Sam Mayer mistimes the restart, runs into the back of the 17, Kyle Larson, and breaks him loose and he can't get launched
Yeah,
on the restart.
That's
and
what
just
happened.
gets
Okay.
smoked. That's what it was.
I wasn't sure. I was
Kyle Larson was so extremely dominant in that race. He lapped all the way up to 5th, people.
Yes, there was only 5 cars on the lead lap
He
at the
was
end.
13 seconds ahead of second place. Yeah.
Jeez.
I know.
And dude, talk about highway robbery.
I know.
Yeah, so
Pain.
Yeah,
painful,
that
painful,
sucks.
painful.
So, all right, let's kind of talk about different things throughout the week. Let's go ahead and jump into race stuff. Let's jump into the trucks. There wasn't much that happened with F1. We can kind of just gloss over that.
China.
Yeah, it was
China.
It was China.
China's problem.
Moving on.
Real quick before we go, I finally got the NASCAR app. Was not pulling up the finishing order.
Oh, okay.
What's up with Ross Chastain? He finished 31st. What happened?
He
He was
Just
like
talked about this.
Well,
they
8
didn't show up.
he ran mid pack all day. I just realized now he finished 31st.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, he was like 15th last I knew, 18th, somewhere
Yeah.
around there.
What happened? I mean, maybe he got I don't know.
I mean,
That's
look at
weird. We'll
Byron.
have to check
Byron
it
was
out.
like what 15th?
Yeah, but he got that penalty, right?
Yeah, it was the penalty that because Byron was fast today, man.
Too fast.
What a homer.
Too fast.
He was, man.
He was way
I
too
don't care
fast.
what y'all
man.
say.
Too fast on pit road.
I mean, it's a shame for Blaney too, man. Like
he just blew up.
He was really fast, dude.
Yeah, he had too much
really-
power. Blew it up.
I really thought he was going to win
Makes
that
you
race.
wonder.
I really thought it was going to be between him and Byron at the end.
I really did too.
Had the
I will
detail
say I was
rules.
impressed that Bubba was pretty strong all day, but then really came on strong at the end, but not quite enough, but close.
Yeah.
You know, and showed I think, and then
Bubba
Reddick
was
there
top
at
five
the end.
all day. Bubba was
Oh,
top
yeah.
5.
Yeah,
You know,
and then
He was
Tyler
looking
Reddick
real
was
solid.
pretty fast, so I think this is like they're going to be pretty strong on mile and a half again this year,
Yeah.
which is interesting because with the exception, I told you this before the race, Denny Hamlin was the one to watch because most of the Toyotas had really bad practice speed except for 2311. So it's kind of interesting that 2311 has this practice speed and this speed on mile and a half, but Joe Gibbs don't. Like, what's going on there? You know, like
Yeah, I don't
what
know.
information isn't being shared back and forth? That we've seen this at Las Vegas was the same on practice speed. You know, so.
2311 is probably just cheating because they know they can get away with it.
Them cheating Yoders.
Because of the lawsuit.
I mean, Hamlin ran well too. He won stage
He did
two.
pretty good.
Yeah, I kind of Hamlin does great on the high wear track, so I kind of
Yeah.
figured Hamlin would probably run well here, even if he didn't have the practice speed in the beginning. He's somebody that I had faith that could start to figure it out towards the end, especially. So we saw that, but
Chase Elliott and Byron, man, they fell back.
Chase Elliott had the
not
penalty for what?
expecting it.
Not staying single file in line, which is
Oh, I
crazy.
missed that.
So,
Is that what
something
happened?
like
That was ridiculous.
Hold on.
I
let's-
missed that.
Let's clarify that because y'all bashing Byron. He did not fall back. Okay, it was the penalty that brought him back.
Yeah,
What'd he do? What'd he do?
who did the penalty?
Well, yeah, it was his penalty.
That's the
What I'm saying,
definition of
What'd he do?
falling
but it
back.
wasn't because of speed.
What'd he do?
It
Yeah,
wasn't-
it was definitely because of speed.
Well, it was definitely because.
no,
Hold
I'm,
on.
I'm saying like on the track. Like I'm saying
I
like
mean, pit road's part of the track.
like Elliott just dropped with no,
No,
penalty,
he had,
no
he,
anything.
He had a penalty.
He had a penalty too?
Yeah,
Oh, my bad. Okay.
it was pretty egregious. I think NASCAR
Oh yeah, that
was
was
pretty
the
out of
first
line.
stage.
Second, right?
Was it second stage?
He,
Started
he,
the third.
he didn't
I
stay
missed
single
it.
file coming into pit road.
Yeah.
He kind of looked inside. Really, I mean, not bad. He didn't gain anything,
No.
and they called him for it. I watched the last pit stop after Blaney blew up. There was like 4 or 5 cars that did. I'm like, where's the penalties?
Oh, we
No
can't
penalties?
we can't hit like 5 people, but one person's fine.
One person's fine.
Yeah.
So, oh well.
All right, let's move on to trucks. So,
DJ's ready to go.
well, I mean, we can talk about more stuff later. but-
All right.
All right, moving on
Trucks
to
is a
trucks.
great race,
So that was the drivers
Dope.
only broadcast.
which I was
Loved it.
disappointed in.
I kind of
Really?
was. Yeah,
There
I'm
wasn't
with Matt.
much as far as like the driver comment. Like the race was great. The commentary was just not there for me.
Okay.
They didn't like really bicker. Like it was Joey, Kevin, and Harvick, 3 Ford guys in the booth talking about the race.
Joey, Kevin,
And Harvick.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. You know who I'm talking about.
No, they don't.
Okay, Logano, Brad, and Harvick.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All in the booth.
Yep.
Only Brad gets his first name used. Just so
Yeah,
y'all
I was
know.
gonna say
It's the small things.
he's been drinking. Keselowski is really difficult.
Don't be mean to him.
Now you know. No, 3 Ford guys in the booth. Like they were gonna just play off of each other. Like it kind of made
Yeah.
sense. And
Yeah.
then pit road was fun, but they only talked to him at the beginning and the end of the race.
Yeah.
Rarely
throughout-
during the
a couple
middle.
times throughout.
My-
I like
Rarely.
Carson Hocevar. I thought he did a pretty good job.
He did good.
He
He
was
did.
fun.
Him and Ross's banter back and forth was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Bro, what did Ross say?
I'm really glad you have a microphone in
Instead
your
of
hand
a wheel?
instead of a steering wheel.
Crazy.
Dude, that was hilarious.
And they were like bickering over height or something.
yeah,
like that.
Austin was like, it makes me look like I'm shorter and fatter with just looking at that stat because he was like an inch shorter than Carson, but like 10 or 15 pounds heavier. He's like, that just means I'm shorter and fatter. I don't like this. Like, and then Carson was saying like something about, oh, it's my hair. That's what makes me the extra height or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
that was the most back and forth they had the whole night. And it was
calling
like,
out the skid. Oh god, that's my
so
hair.
my problem with it was I don't have a problem with Joey, Brad, and Harvick in the booth. I think those are actually all good, but they're almost a little too polished for a drivers only broadcast.
Nobody's making a mistake.
I kind of want
Well, they've been
someone
doing
that
it for
doesn't
a
know
while.
what they
All
do.
three of them, well, especially Harvick now, but all three of those guys have a ton of experience in the booth.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, they're really good
Like
together.
it was good. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like the humor factor. I'm gonna call this driver out for. Oh yeah, you see that guy cheating? I've seen you do that before. Like they ain't doing that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like okay, whatever.
Yeah.
That
forward.
was the kind of what I missed there. But moving on into more things. So Chastain and Larson are the only Cup drivers for the truck race.
Yeah, for the truck race. So it was really,
Yep.
I mean, they were kind of top of the field for most of that race.
Between them
You
and
know?
Heim. Heim wins stage 1 and 2.
Yep.
Well, Heim was the guy to beat.
Yeah.
Until Hendrick
Well,
turned
I
on the kill
guess
switch.
Hardrick was.
Who?
Hardrick.
Wait,
Who's that?
We're all messing
I
up
don't
today.
Who's that guy?
I don't know what I'm saying. Larson, I don't even know where that came from. Larson was the guy to beat.
Frankenstein.
And then Larson did Kyle Larson things and just sent it in there and spun himself out.
You never know.
If he's not running the outside of the wall, he's like, I don't know how to run the inside. Zoom, spins it right out.
I'm gone. See ya.
It
I'll
happens.
be back.
I think one of the biggest things we took away from the truck race was Ross Chastain's short run speed.
Bro,
Man had nitros in the beginning.
Dude,
of
that was wild.
he was like half a lap
unbelievable.
ahead of everyone
Dude,
for 10 laps. And then it's like, okay, I'm gone. Bye.
Yeah.
And he just dipped. He's like, might as well fade back.
Yeah, that was. I mean, what was it that one restart? He just takes off in turn one and just totally jumps like 6-7 car lengths ahead before they're even out of two. It's like, bro, what are you doing? Like,
he was
how do
really
you
hoping.
do that?
He was really hoping for a late race caution.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
there was that never happened again in any series the rest of the weekend. Nobody else was able to do anything.
it almost makes
like
me
that.
wonder, did they find something?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, probably a good
How do you not?
compound to soak the tires in.
That's just not like, oh, I don't know what happened. This is a racing situation. No, bro. Like they found something. Short run speed was top of their game.
Yeah.
You had Lane Riggs, who was also really fast.
Really
Disgustingly
good.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, typical for him nowadays. Like you can't really count Lane Riggs out of the truck race. Like
Yeah,
he's gonna be
he's
up
gotten
there.
a lot better, man. Him and the Furniture Row deal is really maturing well.
Yeah.
They're really starting to grow. I expect them to definitely win this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Few
know where,
times.
but
I would say a few times.
Yeah.
oh, it's been
I
close.
think he was a 3-time winner.
Oh, what
last
did
year,
they what did
maybe
they
4.
say? The stat during the broadcast, it was like he's finished second in like the last 3 races, or something like that.
Start
Really?
calling him Creed.
Lane Creed.
He's the truck race or the truck driver Creed.
And
You
then
think Sheldon Creed has Creed play when he enters at Bristol?
hold me now.
He should.
Yeah, if not, it's total missed opportunity. Sorry,
He should.
moving on.
That'd be hilarious. There's not really any wrecks through the race, besides lap 1 with the 17 and 99.
Yeah.
Um,
yeah.
And then you had the random Kyle Larson runs out of talent. I don't remember, somewhere in the first stage, I think.
That was
That's when he
that was the
spun.
beginning of the third stage.
Was the beginning of third?
Yeah, he
Yep.
spun and he spun out and finished like he restarted like 22nd.
Yep.
Yeah, something like that.
And man, I feel for all the drivers. They're like, there's no way he's gonna make it back. Brad's like, it's physically impossible for him to get back to the lead.
Zoom.
Joey Logano's like, it would take a miracle to get this man up front, right?
that was a pretty good
Lo and
impression.
behold, Corey Heim blows up his engine like 4 times.
I think it was more than that. It was like 6.
Kyle
was
Larson
weird.
came faster back to the front than Joey's new hair came in.
Jeez.
I'm telling you, folks, we're watching a miracle here.
Believe me, I know.
From 22nd to first.
No, and then what about Corey Haim's engine problems?
Dude, that was weird.
Yeah, that's what I was bringing. Like his engine problems, like
Yep.
he was blowing up, or
Matt thinks
It was-
Hendrick
I think it
had
was a Hendrick kill switch.
Hendrick kill
100%.
Hendrick over
Jeff
there.
Gordon's like, all right, we're gonna catch him. No, we're not gonna catch
And
him.
we're
Kill
done.
that switch. All right, I'll turn it back on. All right, we're good. All right,
Dude, I feel like it was an episode of Impractical Jokers where they're like, "No, turn it back on."
Bro.
Now turn it off again. Just like keep now flick it back and forth a few times.
So, in all seriousness, for those who don't know, I did hear that it was the ECU that
I
was
did- I heard
randomly,
that, yeah.
like, for some reason, telling the engine to shut off, like the fail-safe thing. That like when they do a burnout and the engine just shuts off because it's like overheating to protect the engine. Something with that piece of it was making it continuing to shut off. That's why he was able to recycle it quickly. He could turn it off, turn it back on, and then literally, drop the clutch and it would start right back up.
Wow.
So it
Yes.
was something like
I would've
something
wrecked
kept
it.
tripping that. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Teach you to put a faulty ECU in there. Just fence it.
It'd be all right.
Engineers suck.
Yeah.
I hate those guys.
This will teach them to give me this kind of truck. So yeah, so Larson restarts 22nd when he actually restarts and still manages to get up all the way to the win.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
All the way
wild.
up to, I don't think he was going to
In
get
45
past Heim.
laps.
I don't think he was going to.
Mr. H there with the switch, man.
Yeah, bro.
I
Probably
don't know.
Jeff Gordon.
They were saying about what was
Mr.
it,
H
maybe
Bro, he
Watching
was
the
up,
TV.
dude. He was up there in Bowman's pit box today, hitting that kill switch.
he was trying.
He's like, oh, into the wall.
Keep your friends closer, your enemies closer. Or yeah.
So okay. Jeez.
Did y'all? I don't know if
We
y'all
just put
saw
10 grand on Larson.
When
Sorry,
they-
bud.
when they showed Jeff Gordon in Byron or Bowman's pit box,
Dude,
and
the
you just
look-
see Jeff Gordon like look over off in the distance, like where he's trying to figure out where Larson's pit box is. He's like,
who's Larson's crew chief?
Cliff Daniels.
yes.
He's probably looking over at Cliff, and Cliff's just smiling at him like, "Got you now. I have you now.
Have you not?
I almost thought of the kind of like the Jim stare where from like The Office, where Jeff Gordon kind of just looks at the camera like,
Yeah.
okay,
I mean, still win. At
Yeah.
the end of
You
the
still
day.
win, yeah. I
Hendrick
mean, you still
wins.
running 1-2 right there. It's awesome.
exactly. Yeah, you're trading first and second. Like it. Okay.
I'm pretty sure they want to, make their sponsors
of
happy
course.
as well.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
It kind of sucks for Hendrick. Yeah, it's been a while since they.
It would have
you
been
know.
what, Chicago? I think was his last win. Bowman's
Bowman?
last
Yeah.
Yeah.
Street course.
win? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's due. He'll get one. He's been pretty fast this year.
he's been kind of back to old Bowman.
He's won at Martinsville, so we'll see next week.
Yeah. That's
Anyways,
true.
back to trucks if we're done or not.
No, that's pretty much all that happened in trucks. Unless you guys have anything specific you want to talk about.
The tire fall off was so incredible that race, just as a whole. It was amazing. You'd see people, not just Chastain, he was the extreme case, but you'd see people like run out super fast for 10 laps, and then people would catch him, pass him, and you're like, oh, that's it. He burned up his stuff. And then like 10 laps later, here they come back. So like the passes and the battles for like the top 5, 10 was phenomenal.
Was it the
all
truck race that you could actually like see the tire treads as they were? Like,
Yeah.
If they started swerving on the
Yes.
backstretch, you could see the tires like
Yeah.
tread behind
Wearing
them.
that thing out.
Yeah,
Wearing tires on the straightaway is insane.
that's pretty nuts.
That's pretty awesome.
So moving on to Xfinity, there's not a lot of news because it was basically Larson the entire race.
God, dude.
I mean,
Before
that's
we-
kind of one Jake could jump into a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get there. I did want to kind of touch on something.
It's fine.
I just want to get through this,
Fine.
and then we can go that way.
Fine.
Josh Williams races with
Fine.
pneumonia.
Yeah, what's up with that?
That's now the second week in a row where
They
he's
still
been,
threw that
like,
man in
Third
the
week in a
car.
row.
Third week, yeah, third week. You're right.
Third week.
Wow.
Been
Did-
having symptoms since Phoenix.
Did Ty Dillon have to qualify for him?
He practiced and qualified the car. Well, he practiced for sure. I saw him. And then I'm
you
pretty
ain't gonna
sure
get
he-
the best out of your car. You fight pneumonia in the car. Call in a sub.
Yeah.
Just call a medical
I'm
waiver. Like,
well,
call him in.
You got to start at the rear anyways. Why not just start? Why not just?
Why not just start at the rear, right?
I think there's something.
Ty
in the
Dillon
med-
will wreck your car.
Oh, you know, no,
without like
you know what it
any
is?
consequence.
It qualifying this week determines pit selection next week. So you still want to qualify. You don't want to pick last. Even if you
Alright,
qualify
so-
20th
All right.
and start last,
that's fair.
But Ty Dillon was on standby. But what I understand is Josh Williams ran the whole race.
Yeah.
If I
What a
was them,
beast.
if I was them, I'd be looking for another standby. we get a Cup driver maybe standby?
He is a Cup driver.
I don't just a Cup driver.
I mean a real one. I mean a real one.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's
no.
not like you have AJ Allmendinger in-house colleague.
it does.
There
It's
you go.
I think the issue is
It's kind of a crazy idea.
I think I heard the issue was similar size. And AJ is real tiny. So he'd probably be moving all up in that
Just
seat.
tighten the belt a little bit more. It'll
You'd
be
have to
fine,
tighten
like-
him a lot.
Put
Josh
a pillow
Williams,
in there.
Josh Williams is not small
Tell him to
compared to
sit on a
I'm not going to
AJ.
put my kids in my sim rig. Just slide a pillow behind them.
I'm sure it's fine.
Man.
Okay, Jake,
This
now
is totally
you have the
legal.
floor.
Yeah, so I got to go to the Xfinity race this week in Homestead. It was fun. I didn't go to Cup, but just obviously this week. But I got to take my boys down. Many credits to DGM. They got us hot passes. We had a great time. Just me and the boys. They're 5 and 7. It was cool. They get to meet Byron and Chase Elliott. Those are their two favorite drivers. Hung out on pit road for a while, watched practice and qualifying for both series. Got to do the pre-race grid walk, which was incredible. There were some people, I won't name any names, but they helped us get into the Cup garage legitimately, even though we had Xfinity hot passes, because they wanted my boys to get up close to their favorite drivers' cars. So that was legit. It was just an all-around incredible trip. Got to be out there during the national anthem and stuff with the team, which was super special. Many thanks, man. DGM really hooked us up, man. It was super, super awesome. And they got to hang out. It was fun. We were hanging out in the hauler with the guys and everybody, and the driver, Ryan Ellis. We were hanging out, and he was talking to the kids and, just playing with the kids. And, they're eating candy together, and stuff. It was, cool little memories, man.
Yeah.
Super, super fun. I got a ton of great photos.
Hendrick doing the shout out on
Oh, yeah,
social.
yeah. So when Micah got to meet Byron, Hendrick's social media team loved it because he was just beside himself. We've been trying to
Mike
get...
is very animated.
Oh, yeah. And he's a huge William Byron fan, arguably bigger Byron fan than Nate. But
That's not
Arguably.
That's not
Arguably.
arguable at all, actually.
he did one up you, though. 'cause
He did
Nate,
one up me.
Nate talks about it all the time. He's like, man, every time I meet Byron, bro, he wins. I don't know. And I told him about when Micah made it on the Hendrick social page because they posted him meeting him. I was like, bro, you ain't made it on the social page meeting Byron.
You one up me.
Good luck meeting that one.
That's gonna take a minute.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. So, it was super fun. Huge, huge, huge shout out to DGM, man. Many, many, many thanks. But it was dope, man. We had a great time.
You said you found a great place to watch the race.
Yeah, top secret location.
Oh, you don't want to share it?
No.
All right, fair enough.
I don't think he can.
Good luck.
I don't know if I can or not. It was.
Oh, is it like that secret?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Yeah, let's just keep it on the hush for now.
It was not on the front stretch,
it-
somewhere on the back.
There's this
area.
place called
Kind of like
Mara
where
Lake.
Lake Lloyd
area.
would be at Daytona.
Yeah.
That's
It's
kind of like
I
the best
watched-
spot.
I watched it like Lake Lloyd, kind of.
Yeah, that's
The
kind
view
of like
was
the best
amazing.
spot.
Honestly, it was like the best viewing area of the entire track. It was incredible.
Cool.
Yeah, we weren't like anywhere dangerous or anything like
You
that.
know.
Like, not like we were like hiding in the safer barrier or
So
something.
you-
That one guy in Daytona.
We
remember?
just found
Keep
a
your head
really
down,
cool
Elliot.
spot. Some of the Homestead staff, they saw me and the boys, and they took us to a pretty cool spot to watch the race. It was pretty
That's
cool.
Oh, the track workers took you there?
Mhm.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I thought
Yeah.
you just like stumbled upon it.
No. They
Oh,
offered.
gotcha.
It was cool. I don't I don't want to get anybody in trouble or whatever.
No, that's
but
fair.
It was super, super cool.
So
Super cool.
So with all the fires going on in Miami right now, what was the experience like down there?
Okay, so
Was it smoky? Was it hard
no,
to see?
none
Like,
at all. You couldn't tell at all where the fire was.
Really?
Well, I knew where it was from some of the photos from a
Right.
couple days ago. But while we were there, you couldn't tell. My boys the whole time were like, "Daddy, where's the fire? Where's the fire?" I'm like, "It's somewhere that way, somewhere south." Like,
Yeah.
But what's really cool, there's a lake right behind the racetrack. All day, nonstop, from the time we got there to about 8:30, there was helicopters landing, or not landing, but flying low with
getting
those
water.
water buckets all day. 2-3
Man, that's
helicopters, literally nonstop for 12 hours, nonstop. And so where we got to, somewhere where we were on the back, somewhere on the back half of the racetrack, won't say where, but it was cool because like I
We're
was sitting there
narrowing it down, folks.
watching the cars go by, and right there is like the helicopter. Like it was like really cool. Like, so I got like some cool videos of like race cars going by and these helicopters like landing to get water and like taking off. I was like, this is dope. This
That's
is cool.
wild.
That's pretty cool.
Super, super cool. But it was an awesome trip.
Good
they
stuff,
treated
man.
my kids like royalty, man. I'm super grateful for that.
Yeah, well, apparently taking your kids to the race, we found out was like the hype.
It was like
Enjoy it
literally a
now.
golden ticket. I could go wherever I wanted.
Yeah. once
Yeah.
you
By the
become
way,
an
y'all are
adult-
out. I'll probably never go to another race with y'all for the next 2 years.
What if we say we're your kids?
Okay, so here's a funny story.
Here's my ID. I'm
So-
12.
Both my kids.
Just write it on a piece of paper. I am 12.
I am 12.
All right, bench warmer.
So
calm down.
Byron.
Right before cup practices, and we were standing in pit road, right by where Chase Elliott and William Byron were. They were right next to each other. And there's another dad and his son who's probably like, I don't know, maybe like 17, 18, 19, something like that. And so my kids get to meet Chase Elliott first and then William Byron. And I mean, they're both besides themselves. Like I said, it's been a couple of years we've been trying to make this happen. And this guy comes over, he's like, you know, I brought my kid, but will you adopt me so I can meet my favorite driver? And this dude's like 50.
That's funny.
Sure,
then,
bud. Who is he?
He comes over like a little bit later. He's like, I just want you to know. And he's kind of like a little frustrated, like a little like, thanks, bro. But it's kind of like he was like, I don't think anybody's gonna beat you for Dad of the Year this year. He's like, thanks a lot. You've raised the standard for all of us. So I was like, hey, but
To be
no,
what
it was
it
cool.
be.
But yeah, no, I just say that because that guy was like, "Can you adopt me?" I'm like, "Bro, you're 50. Get out of here!" Like, we're right here with all the cup drivers. Walk wherever you want. Like, you have a hot pass. Walk wherever you want. Like, you have a hot pass. Like, we did get to see Noah Gregson.
Security.
I'm in danger.
Noah Gregson did stop by too when we were pulling in, and he like leaned in the truck with his arms on the window.
Oh,
took
good
a
old beef
photo.
rod. Sorry, his sponsor is Beef Aru.
Are you sure?
No, I think it's Beef Rod.
I don't know.
I gotta look it up.
I was super bummed that I forgot to tell him why, because we had a second to talk. I was like, I forgot to tell him, like, hey man, do you ever hear that guy yell "Daddy"? Daddy Noah in the grandstands, and if he would have said yes, we're like, stuck my hand out, nice to meet you. I totally forgot. We literally drove away. I was like, dang it, I forgot. Daddy, come back.
You just drive away, like burn out.
Just
Like,
do a U-turn, just driving in. Wait,
wait, Daddy. Daddy Noah.
but nah, I mean, I've got him to laugh a couple times.
You're right. It is beefaroo.
Yeah, it's Beef
It is
Aru, but it looks
Beef-a-roo.
like Beef Rod.
It does not look like a roux.
Didn't you get Austin Dillon to flip you off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, wait.
No, he blew me
Blew
a
a
kiss.
kiss.
Blew a
Oh, you
kiss.
blew a kiss.
Because
Yeah,
I called
yeah.
him a silver spoon at Miami last year.
Did you wait? Was that what it was, or did you just yell at him? You suck or something?
It
I
was
thought
one of those two.
I
That
don't
was
remember.
something.
I think it was like silver.
I'm
I
not
don't
gonna.
know.
No, I thought it was you.
That was at
suck.
Bristol,
It
right?
could have been you suck.
I
It could
think
have been
it was.
Austin Dillon. You suck, and he blew
And
me
he
a
just
kiss.
turned. The best part was the truck was already several spaces past us.
He was
He
listening.
turns around, looks at Matt. It just blows him a kiss. Dude, we all lost it.
That's
Good
hilarious.
times, good
That was a
times.
good one. Do you guys want to hit anything in qualifying?
For a cup.
Yeah. Alex Bowman wins pole. First time in Miami.
That
That's
was super cool because there was one cloud came over the end of qualifying, and the track picked up 3/10.
Oh, because he was one of the last ones, wasn't
Yep.
he? Yeah.
Him and who qualified second?
Josh Berry.
They're like the last two guys, right?
I think so.
They both got that cloud, and like literally picked up a couple tenths.
That's wild that it
Crazy.
makes that much of a difference.
Bro, so from being out there, it was crazy. Like a little cloud came over, like it made a major difference, like a huge difference. Like just from being out there in the sun, like significant.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I could definitely see how it would make a difference in the track.
There's a reason why people in Florida look for parking spots with shade, not what's close to the
100%.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's 100%.
Yeah,
a
but
thing.
you're looking for cloud coverage for like 40 seconds.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Like realistically.
I mean, even if it's just half the track, just something. We kind of already went through all the different things that happened in the main race. Bell spins at the end of the first stage. Blaney wins stage 1. Stage 2 of the race, Danny Hamlin wins.
I do
Stage
think
2.
Bell's on a come apart now, man. He's
Yeah,
falling
I
apart.
think he's done. Well, I don't want to say
You
done.
think so? I don't.
What happened last week?
Well, what did happen last week? I don't
Josh
remember.
Berry.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, what? No,
You're right.
what
No,
happened to
dude,
Bell?
He just didn't run great, right? And
Yeah.
this week, now he's spinning out. He's falling. Dude, it's a downward trend.
Yeah, but
fast.
he's
gone.
also got 3 wins. Do you think he's really worried about the season right
Bro,
now?
I think he just fell apart.
Maybe.
Sleeping.
What exactly happened? Did someone like tap him, or he just like spun up on
He
himself?
just-
It,
spun
it,
out.
it happens sometimes off a 4 there. You just spin out.
I mean, of all the people, Bell is not
I have to
one
let
I
you
would
try it
think.
on iRacing. It's really weird because of the way the progressive braking is, especially if you're running on the high side because of how much wheel you have. Like if you're running the wall, And as you're trying to come out to make sure you don't get tight and get in the wall, you might put too much wheel in. And when you do, it'll just snap on
And
you.
it's also the time when you're putting
Super
throttle down.
tough,
So if you
bro.
do a quick jerk,
Yes,
throttle down.
You're pretty much wide open throttle at that point. So you're wide open throttle and like a little too much jerk of the wheel to keep off the
It's
wall.
just
You're
enough.
going around. It's tough. It's fun though. Like it's like Homestead is. I cannot on iRacing. I cannot run the wall. I suck at it. I run a lane off.
Dude, it was impressive how Byron was running the wall. Not for nothing. No, I'm serious.
Byron.
No, because they showed the what is it? The trunk cam? I don't know, the back cam.
The spoiler cam.
Yeah, the spoiler cam. And dude, he was like on the
yeah.
wall, dude.
You know who was on
You
the
ever
wall?
seen like those high
Larson. Larson was in the
No,
wall.
but he was scraping the
he
wall.
was in the wall. If it was iRacing, he would be glitched into the wall. Like,
You ever seen like those high res photos of how close they get? It's insane, dude. They run 2 inches off the wall all the way around.
That's wild.
dude,
bro.
the trucks,
ridiculous.
the truck, watching Larson in the trucks and watching the spoiler, just inches. And theirs are skewed out a little more, so the fronts aren't
Yeah.
quite that. But just to see that back end just barely on that thing,
The way the Xfinity car is with
Wild.
that rolled quarter panel on the rear, like you almost like lean like the right
Into
rear
it.
because the wall's not perfectly round, right? It has like these little bumps,
Yeah.
so you get really like right there, and you might just rub it a little bit every time,
Sick.
like multiple like little bump, just little
Yeah.
taps, like, and that's the fast way around the track. It's the craziest thing. Darlington can be very similar.
yep,
It's crazy.
that's where the stripe comes from.
So for those who don't know, I guess we'll do a little NASCAR 101. When you run that close, what it does, the air that normally travels on the right side of the car now can't because it's hitting the wall. So it hits the wall and it rolls over and hits the spoiler. So now you have increased
More
downforce
downforce.
in the corner. And then so every inch, let's say you're a foot away, 2 foot away, but every inch you move closer to the wall, you're packing more downforce to the spoiler. All the way to you will gain speed all the way to the point to where you touch the wall. At the point you touch the wall, now you create a drag factor, a friction factor where you start losing the speed.
Yeah.
But even if you run a 1/4 inch off the wall, it's more speed than a 1/2 inch.
Wow.
You know, like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
every little bit of downforce. So that's why they get right freaking there. It's the
Right
craziest thing.
Yeah, it was wild to see that today.
Larson and Reddick,
Bell is usually
Blaney was great. Bell.
is usually
There's
he
a
struggled
handful
today, but
of guys. Justin Allgaier is great at it in the
Yeah.
Xfinity series. There's probably
dirt guys are usually really good at it.
Yeah, there's probably 10 guys across the top 2 series that are just incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, for sure. And let's see. So moving into stage 3, Ryan Blaney explodes. Kind of talked about that. DNFs early in stage 3. Larson and
Yeah,
Bowman
that
race.
sucked, man.
It really did.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I was reading.
Ryan
chat.
Blaney.
Ryan
yeah,
Blaney.
Yeah, no.
No, man. That just
I mean,
sucks
like we
for
said,
him.
we kind of
With that
He had
kind
the
of
fastest
speed,
car. 100%.
Dude, he was fast.
he
bro.
had the car. He was
Yeah.
gonna win.
Yes.
I knew he'd be in contention. I was like, end of stage 2, beginning
He
of
was
stage
gonna-
3. He'll be there because he kind of started in the back. I was like, lap 10. I was like, nah, he's about to take the lead.
No, he would have got to the lead. The only thing would have been maybe if he burned his stuff up or something like that. Well, apparently burned up too much. But
Maybe if he burned his stuff up.
I mean,
You're on fire.
Just a couple
Ricky.
pistons.
blew. Yeah, it's only the engine. But that would probably be the only thing. But yeah, just what a few weeks he's had.
Yeah.
There was a blown engine in Xfinity yesterday too, right? I believe so. 20, not 24.
25? Yeah, it was 24. I thought.
No, 24 just had a mechanical issue.
Oh, there was.
I don't remember.
Somebody else blew a motor. I just thought it was interesting. I was like, man, a couple engine. Like I feel like engine failures are starting to come back. Like I feel like last year there was like none, and this year we've had a couple right off the get go.
Yeah.
You know, like I just think it's interesting. So like, have we kind of like maxed out on speed aero to where now we're trying to push the engines a little farther
Maybe.
to get those extra little bit of?
I will
tenths,
say,
you know?
when I was listening to Las Vegas, I was actually when I was watching that race, I was listening to Frankie on the radio for when he was running, and the whole time they were talking about their temperatures, like the
Yeah.
temperatures in the cars.
That's normal though.
Yeah, but I'm just
They
wondering.
always talk about temperature because depending on your temperature, you can add more tape to the front end, which creates downforce.
That's
to
what
the
I'm
front
saying.
end.
I'm wondering if they're like just really pushing. Everyone's
Well,
really
Cup
pushing
car,
it.
you can't add tape.
Ah, yes, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you. I don't know enough about the Cup car front end of how you could run the engine as hot as possible to make power but not blow up. I'm not sure. Like I know the Xfinity car.
I'm sure there's games.
They're constantly, because we listen, especially whenever we go to the races or but being a part of DGM a little bit and knowing and being a part of that. Like I understand, like, okay, if our temperature is, 240 is the max that we want to be, but we're 230, they're probably gonna throw a piece of tape on.
Yeah, got a little room.
Like if we can, and it's not a whole piece of tape. It might be like, hey, put half a piece of tape, because if they can, make up another 5-8 degrees in the engine temperature, and they know they're not pushing it to where they can start pushing water out, they're gonna get, because that's another couple pounds of downforce, which makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's wild that it's that close, but yeah, it does.
It's
make a
ridiculous.
difference. All right, so last couple things. What do you guys think of the Cup Series bringing a new tire here?
So was this a new tire? I didn't hear anything about that.
I don't know.
No, I think that's from last week.
I think
Sorry,
that's
DJ.
from last week.
Y'all let
But
me down.
what I will do, we'll save this topic by this week at Charlotte. They did test on Wednesday. They did an all-day test
Yes.
for Cup tires,
Ridiculous.
They did. That's true.
which is very interesting.
I think they said between all the drivers, it was like 12,000 miles of testing.
Jeez.
It's crazy.
Well, hold
Absolutely
on.
Crazy.
Something talking about tires. This was something. Did you listen to Denny Hamlin's podcast this week?
I have not.
I have not.
He talks about the tires, and he said Goodyear is at the limits of as soft as they can go.
But he
I don't-
said
I don't
that like
think so.
last year too.
Well, they said so. It has something to do with they're at the point now where they're considering using drag tires compound.
Oh, this is from
But-
last week.
Maybe I don't remember.
Maybe
But-
it was from this week. Maybe I did listen to
So-
it. I'm sorry. I might have.
But yeah, he was talking about it how like they can make the softer compound, but not at the yields and not at the level that NASCAR needs to sustain it. So right now, what the equipment they have, if they need to go softer, they have to redo like their whole manufacturing process
Yes.
to make it like viable.
If they're
Well,
not gonna,
so-
let someone else.
Well,
do it.
that's why they're wanting to like, hey, like, is this the right direction? Okay, now let's go that way.
Did you guys listen to Holler Talk this week?
I don't listen. I haven't listened to any Holler Talk to be honest,
That I would highly recommend. If
Okay.
you want a deep dive, it's pretty.
because that's from
Listen-
the NASCAR
okay.
side, right?
I say this as nice as I can. Listening to them explain why they screwed up a call, that's one thing. The second half of the show, they interview somebody in the industry. That's dope.
Yeah.
So they had Goodyear on, and they talked about the problem with right now, even with the tire that they ran, the option tire at Phoenix. Out of every tire they produce, if they produce 100 tires, only 4 of them are meeting, or 40 of them are meeting the quality standard.
That's fine.
So they're taking 60 of them out of that 100 tire batch and shredding them up and retrying.
That's fine.
Wow.
Yeah. So the problem is, even with these really soft tires,
Yeah, the yields.
they're really struggling to get a consistent quality run.
yeah.
Because like I know we talk about like teams and like more tires cost more money and no practice saves a set of tires and blah 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 blah. Like that's the other thing we got to factor. Like if we ask Goodyear to make this super soft tire, this is what everybody demands. Like it's a huge burden
Well,
on Goodyear.
And isn't there also
Huge financial burden.
Isn't there also
Oh, no.
kind of like with
It's my smallest violin. I'm so sorry. This is a huge burden for you to make a good tire for a racing series.
You're asking them to make a tire that's going to wear out and fail. That's literally not what they're in business for.
controlled
And then
failing.
everybody's
Well,
going to put
guess
the
what?
blame back on them.
They shouldn't be in the Cup Series then. If they can't make a viable product, don't be there.
Man, I feel like it's tough. I feel like
I
it's really
don't.
tough.
If you want to just be a manufacturer tire like a Cooper tire, or you
It's-
guys
it's
use
like-
what Yokoyamas or
Yokohama,
Yokohamas? Like
not Pocahontas.
what is it, Wrangler? They can be them.
Goodyear is makes the
Someone
The-
will
no,
take
the
the
pro-
ti- someone will take the call.
BF
The problem
Goodrich.
is
Bridgestone.
there's no major tire manufacturer that really there's not many that want to make tires for
You know
racing
what?
because that goes against what they do. They're in the business to learn things of how to make a compound that lasts
Last.
a long time and lasts
what
forever.
does
So
Indy use?
you're
Who does
Firestone.
Firestone? They
Firestone.
have 3 compounds.
Yeah, but Firestone also is really good at failing. So that's,
Well, so is Goodyear.
well, no, I mean Firestone
No, I
like
don't agree
explodes.
with
I'm
Nah.
just saying, if they're not going to get the product done, don't be in the business.
Who are you gonna go to?
Oh, okay. You want to talk about Hoosiers? You want to talk about Firestone?
Pirelli.
So who makes short track tires?
Okay.
They don't make 200-mile-an-hour tires.
I mean, we go to several short track tires. Doesn't mean we have to run the same company the whole series.
So you're wanting tire
Oh
wars.
my god!
I mean, it's all about
Contracts with certain tracks. That's not a big deal.
So now you got to have tire data in your simulator for this brand of tires and this brand of
It's
tires.
just one more stat.
Okay.
It's not that big a deal. You're making this sound like this is end of the world stuff. It's really not.
It's not. I'm not saying
It's a
end
softer
of the world,
tire.
but I'm saying that's
Either
a
figure it
ton of
out,
work.
build a facility to do it, or don't be in the business. It's cut and dry at this point.
I don't think it's that simple.
Anyway,
I would encourage you to listen to some of those podcasts. It might give you a better perspective instead of just
I really don't think
shooting
so.
from the hip.
I think it's just make a better tire at that point.
Nate.
No comment.
Cars go zoom, zoom.
Someone will make a better tire. That's all I'm saying. Someone will make one.
Yep.
They haven't. They never gave up on the first light bulb.
My
I
thing
think
is,
that's
like,
the first one. That's the best we can do.
Yeah, but they're not. Goodyear's not. I mean, they're testing. They're building new stuff. They're trying new stuff.
They
We're
really
testing
do.
no,
I
in
mean,
you
Charlotte.
just said they're at the best they can do.
No,
I
that's
said,
not-
This
I
is it.
said that, but
I
that,
said I don't agree with that.
Okay, no. They are at the best of what they can currently do in the current format. If they are to change, they have to change their manufacturing. That
Yeah.
does not mean
Which
that there's.
doesn't-
That doesn't
I
mean
think
it's
they
not on the
might be-
table.
So do it.
I'm saying that it's very much something that's on the table, but they have to know if that's what the issue is before they spend millions of dollars changing their factories
Yeah.
and equipment over to do this new tire. Because if they
Yeah.
do that and then it doesn't work, they can't afford to be in the sport, and NASCAR doesn't have a tire company.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's a
with-
much bigger problem.
I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
I
I
really
agree
don't.
with Robert.
I do
Goodyear-
too.
Goodyear, it's a good week.
Oh, I thought you meant thank
Week
God
by
Matt's
week.
not in charge of purchasing. I agree with that one.
Oh,
No, I think
jeez.
the thing too, like the only other nobody else even makes a tire like NASCAR does, or like Goodyear does. Nobody does. The IndyCar, the Formula One tire, none of them are even comparable to NASCAR because those cars weigh a third to half the weight.
Okay,
a third.
hold on.
A third of the
A
weight.
third of the weight.
Who makes all the
A
NHRA
third
stuff?
of the weight. Huh?
Who makes all the NHRA
Goodyear.
stuff? Is it Goodyear?
And that's what
Yeah.
Goodyear said is if they go softer, they're going to switch to the drag compounds. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what
But
they're gonna
the
have to
drag
go.
tires obviously are huge and just
Gigantic.
totally different. So they need to make
And
it.
they run for 3 seconds.
yeah.
NASCAR off road.
Put all-terrain tires.
Alternate
Yes.
tires.
You know what? Bring the dirt back to Bristol.
We're back, baby.
I don't know. Personally, I'm just tired of like the whole tire debacle. Like either figure it out or don't.
Yeah.
I've said that the last
Hearing
time we
Hamlin
talked
say
about
that, it kind of started making sense to me that the issue is that Goodyear isn't above making the change. It's just going to be a huge investment, and they want to make sure it's right.
real problem is they actually could make a softer tire,
Yes,
but they can't do it green and
that too.
economy or
Economical.
economically friendly. They can't do it. So that's the problem too. They want to be a green company. Da, da, da. NASCAR wants.
What are they?
green
A bunch of
initiatives.
tree huggers?
I mean, we're in a sport with
I'm
big
just kidding.
V8s and you know, like we get like what was it, like 6 miles a gallon? Maybe
like
4.
6 gallons to the mile.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm sorry. I think we may have had that figured wrong.
No, what is it? Cup tank is what? 14, 15 gallons? Cup tank is what? 14, 15 gallons?
Yeah.
Anyway, you go 40 laps, so that's what, 90 miles?
Something like that.
Yeah, so it's not much.
Yeah.
Not much.
Other question, do you guys so that going to the Xfinity race, Xfinity the NASCAR throws a caution at the end of the race due to Taylor Gray, spinning, and do you guys think it was fair or foul on that spin? On them calling the caution rather.
I mean, so I was on the back, so I couldn't really see. I heard something
I
on
think
the
it was
radio, like
fair.
maybe he got spun out. I couldn't see.
As
think-
far as I saw, he just spun out, kind of very similar to like Bell, right? Just kind of spun on the backstretch there. I think it was fair, man. He was spinning in the racing line. It just bad time, bad place.
I
It
agree.
is
Yeah.
what it is.
I kind of was the same way, only because what happens is he spins down, goes down to the bottom, but then he starts to come back up. And as soon as you see him start to come back up toward the racing
Yeah.
line, you got to throw it.
Yeah.
Especially on those old tires, there's no way they're not going to slide like that and not blow tires.
Yeah, I
Throw
mean,
stuff everywhere.
yeah, absolutely. So I mean, unfortunately, I don't think there was a choice. I think they had to throw it.
Yeah,
Sucks for
unfortunately.
Larson, but I mean, it is. What
Came
it
down
is.
to a green white checker, and I mean, we know what happened. Everyone saw it.
Yeah.
Spun the tires, got hit from behind, lost
Bummer.
the race.
Yeah. All right, moving on to our NAS news section. This is where we go over some of the news that has happened this week in the NASCAR industry. First one up, Denny Hamlin announces major sponsor Progressive for 18 races starting today in Miami. What'd you guys think?
I thought so. In person, the car looked super cool.
I thought they looked
It's
really
a-
nice and clean too. Like
It
nothing
looks
too
totally
crazy.
different than like the rendering they posted online. It was like a baby blue. I got there, I was like, this is way darker. It was like-
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It was like a light blue. And then I get there, I was like, this is like dark blue, but it looked
It
better.
was dark blue in person.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah. No, it definitely looks light blue on TV.
No, it's definitely like a darker blue.
Huh. All
It
right.
definitely looked darker than it did on TV for sure.
Yeah, it was cool. I think everyone's been kind of wondering what's going on with Hamlin with the whole like sponsorship FedEx thing.
A non-wrapped hauler is wild.
Yeah,
we'll
like,
see with the 18. Actually, you know, I should have looked at that when
they
I
they,
was
they
down
wrapped
there.
it.
Did they?
Yeah, they wrapped
I
it.
just
that's,
18
that's
races.
that's his primary now, isn't it?
Technically, yeah.
18 races.
But would that be that's considered a primary?
I
wouldn't
guess.
it?
I mean, if you buy most of the races, I guess you're.
The primary.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess if you wrap the hauler, you're the primary.
Yeah.
I don't know what defines it. You know?
It's
I
not
thought
like-
I thought the scheme was pretty lame though.
You don't like
You
the
don't-
flying
yeah.
P?
You don't like the giant P?
man had a
Why are you
giant.
laughing, bro? Why are you making it weird?
Bro, you're making it weird.
Flows P.
It's a
on the
giant
front of the
progressive
car.
P, bro.
It's trash. How about that?
No, it's a P.
No, I just think I thought the scheme was boring.
It was.
Straight up, dude.
It's pretty
just,
boring.
It's just a boring scheme.
I thought it was
So
clean.
Brian Blaney or William Byron's blue is better than Denny Hamlin's blue.
Hold on.
That has a Z on
The
it.
HP one is better.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely.
100%.
So HP is better than P.
Yes.
Well,
Why are you making it weird, Nick?
Is that
Quit
a
laughing.
Z?
Yeah, because it's got an H on it
And a Z.
and a Z.
And a
Why-
Z.
Why are you H's? Why are you H's?
What?
Why are you P Phobo? FOMO.
No, I really thought it was just.
Y'all are so wild.
That's probably like the most boring scheme, like
It kind of
boring.
was.
on the track, dude.
Most
Yes,
boring.
I thought it was beautiful.
Of course you would.
That was
No,
the
I mean it's
best.
all right.
Jake thought the giant P was
I'm just
awesome.
glad he got a full time sponsor. I mean that's cool.
Jake
Yeah,
loves
he's
the
flying.
P.
JFB.
JFB, yeah, said Bubba's scheme was sick, bro. In person,
Oh.
TV does that scheme no justice. Oh my god, it was amazing.
Did it
Yeah.
have any metal flake to it? Because that would have made it like.
No, but like there's like it's kind of changed from like greens and like pinks and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
purples. There was more of that like throughout the entire thing, like highlight, like little tiny highlights. It was insane. It was almost like what do they call it, like pearlescent?
Oh yeah, the change
Oh.
color changed. Like
It didn't change colors, but it almost had like that, like how it has like that color like throughout. Like you could
That's
see
cool.
little stuff. Dude, that is probably in my top 5 paint schemes I've ever seen in person of all time.
It was sick, even
It
on
looked cool.
TV.
It was super cool. I like Matt hates the fish scale cars,
do.
but huh?
I do?
That's what you said last week.
I don't like. No, the ones last week.
the last week
Where
had
all of
eyes.
them look like carbs were weird. The scale is okay. But like when they legit like, hey, it's a bass fish, but made into a Camry, it's weird.
I thought that was super cool,
Yeah, the rainbow,
and it
is kinda
represents
cool
the
in it.
brand well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It does,
and it fit the Miami vibe.
yeah,
Bowman's,
and yeah.
Bowman's had
Yeah.
another one that was really good for that vibe and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah,
Mhm.
both of theirs I thought looked really good.
I
Other
don't know what Bowman's was. It was almost like a college university
I
thing.
think it was. I think it was.
but I think it was like
Oh.
like college student sketches on
no.
the cars
I
or
think
something.
I could be wrong. I thought it was a soccer club.
Could be.
I can't remember, but I think it was something like that.
I thought I saw like a university, a
Sounds about right.
goalpost, some kind of like 50-50 on it. Like I don't really know.
I
So
was gonna look it up.
he always loses with the Ally car, but then wins with that one. That would have been Ally would have been pissed.
Get this man out of here.
Get this guy out of here, bro.
Man, this guy stinks.
Oh, brother.
Oh, brother.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Teams up with Unrivaled. I don't know what Unrivaled. League for Homestead scheme.
Isn't that like a Rocket League thing?
Equal, okay. Equal support of men's and women's sports.
Oh, okay.
Of,
I mean, I'm
Cool.
cool with both of them as long as they're
all
separate.
of the drivers. Anyway,
Purple, blue, little dark
little
purple,
pink, little pink.
palm tree, all kinds
Anyway.
of scribblies.
Moving on. Hooters.
Fire.
So
Hooters. Oh, great scheme.
Hooters
a good restaurant.
Hooters loses its lawsuit with Hendrick Motorsport.
Yeah,
They,
I was
what they-
expecting that loss.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
They settled for what, 900,000?
Rather than 1.8 million.
Yeah, so they saved half. Half
Well, hold on. Did they
Hey, it's a
settle
good
or did they
deal.
lose the lawsuit?
They settled.
settled?
Oh,
I
okay.
guess.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
lawsuit's over. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, come on.
I mean, they still lost.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it's hilarious that
Did they? They got a bunch of cup sponsors that have price.
I guess.
And they
a
hey,
bad deal.
what
they only
was
sponsor one car a year.
guess what?
It's
The last
expensive
time
to
they
sponsor
sponsored
car.
a car, they won.
Good deal.
Yep, I think they did good.
At Texas though.
It was crazy. I
the-
mean, when we went down to, I don't know. I feel like Hooters ain't gonna be around much longer.
No, it's
Nah.
not.
When we went to Indy at
Yeah.
Indianapolis 500 weekend, the downtown is packed. We were part of probably one of two of
Begging for
30
people to come
people
in.
there. 30 people there.
We're like, hey, you guys are pretty light here in the restaurant. And they're like, yeah, you guys are like some of the first to be by. I was like, really? It's like
It's like
you know,
4 p.m.
there's
and there's
like-
like 100,000 people over there.
yeah, there's gonna be like 600,000 people here tomorrow, like within 20 miles.
So I don't know. I think with today's day and age, I don't think restaurants like that are gonna.
I don't know, bro. Twin Peaks is packed every time I've been.
You know, that's a fair point.
Oh,
Packed.
bussin'.
Packed.
Calm down. Nope, not going there. All right,
Let's just go before we
Moving
get in
on.
trouble. I got to tell y'all a story, by the way,
Oh,
when we finish here.
Did you take Elliot and Micah?
Oh gosh.
All right, moving
let's
on.
keep
Moving
going.
on.
Moving on.
Wood Brothers. That's a really poor transition. They
You're welcome.
announced,
They sponsor Alex Bowman.
they announced their Darlington throwback, and it's a tribute to Jim Clark.
No,
Man,
it's
they did a good
green.
job.
It's green.
They did a good job. I
so
like
it's,
it.
It's a throwback to Jim Clark's F1 Lotus.
From the 70s?
60s, I think. It might be early.
It's way
70s.
back there. It's cool. It looks
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I didn't realize that that's what they were doing at first. I was like, oh, it's like a British racing green. Like, okay, that's cool. And then I'm like,
blimey.
because I watched the reveal, but I was at work, so I had it muted. So I'm just like, oh, it looks cool. And then I'm like, okay, well, I saw the reveal, so I just moved on. I didn't even pay attention that it was Jim Clark. By the way, if you don't know who Jim Clark is, look it up. The man was Kyle Larson.
Can you
back
send me
in
a
the
link?
day.
Because I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
He's the guy on Top Gear, right?
Grand Tour did a thing on
Oh.
him. No, he's not. You're thinking Jeremy Clarkson. That man is too fat to fit in any racing car.
Eventuate, yeah.
Oh, my
Well,
God.
in all fairness, they did a special on him. So that's what I thought you meant. And then I
I
realized it was
thought you meant.
and then I realized it was Matt, and I should have known better.
blimey.
Oh, my God.
No, they actually did. I think it was when they were on Grand Tour. They did a special, it was like a 20-minute like tribute video about him and like his history and stuff. Awesome, really great. So definitely recommend following that up. But yeah, the car looks cool, super dope. Should be really good to see that
Good
at
stuff.
Darlington. All right,
I feel like I haven't seen that many throwbacks this year.
not yet.
There's only been two. The
It's
two car,
like 2 weeks away.
the two car, which was
I hate it.
I thought you liked it. You told me the other day
No.
like you were in love with it.
I like it, but I hate the number not being centered. It just ruins the whole thing for me.
Really?
Yes,
All right.
absolutely hate it. What's cool about the 21? The number is close to the front wheel on the actual car, so it fits really really well. And they match the number font, they match the color, and they have the white circle around the number.
It
matches great.
the door does look a little empty.
It's just a giant blue square behind it with nothing,
Yeah, why wouldn't they at least make the Freightliner part bigger?
bro. Like, I hate it.
Progressive.
And the Freightliner is like crooked.
Progressive on the blue door.
Oh, see when
I hate it.
if you sit next to it right here, it actually doesn't look bad.
Yeah, as long as he stands right next to it,
Yeah.
right? Golly.
Anyway, all right.
Those
so,
are the only two that have come out so
yeah,
far.
I think that's
Soiled it.
looks like there are rumors. There's more ads for Mexico City race.
Yeah, did you guys see that? There's a lot more ads, at least on my social media. Mexico City, buy tickets, buy tickets. They
I
were
haven't.
legitimately telling you where to buy tickets.
Unfortunately, we're locked in, which means we're not getting a Daytona road course. Bummer.
Wah, 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 wah.
I mean, we knew it was a long shot, but
Yeah,
It was a
that
shot.
would have been cool.
Nonetheless.
you're telling me there was a chance.
Basically.
I already have my bag packed.
You got the passport.
It never was unpacked.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so I
Um,
noticed a lot more of that on social media, on the Instagram, the Twitter, all that kind of stuff. More Mexico City stuff.
The Twitter.
The Facebook.
Is that it? Because I had two things I learned
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the track.
Yeah, go
One
for
of
it.
them was, so I heard like in Xfinity, one thing I heard was basically everybody in Xfinity and half a cup, they have to bring their own sponsorship and their own money or both, like combined, for any car, any ride in all of Xfinity trucks and half a cup. All of Xfinity.
I didn't realize it was that much.
Yep.
I figured.
The team isn't going to provide sponsor. You got to come with funding. before the season starts.
Dang.
Yeah. And I found out a mid-tier Xfinity team from, I won't name names or whatever, but just through rumblings through the garage and like some different stuff. Like a mid-tier Xfinity team is $2 million to run the full
Being
season.
Xfinity?
Yeah, to run mid-pack.
Wow.
Run mid-pack.
Per
yeah.
race or like the season?
For the season. For the season. You got to bring $2 million in funding or $2 million cash, basically.
Holy smokes.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's what it costs to get your ride for the year.
So, like, realistically, like, no one can make their way up anymore.
Without
Not
money.
without money or a sponsor.
Man, that sucks.
Josh Berry is like the last. I'm not the last, but he's the rarity of like
Yeah.
a true short tracker that comes from humble roots. You
I mean,
know?
he did kind of find Junior.
Yeah, but he still had like Junior wasn't going to fund it for him. He had to find sponsors to be able to get Junior, and Junior definitely helped. But like,
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
you know,
Like,
just
he
because
helped.
Junior says to sponsor this guy doesn't mean they're going to come sponsor. You have to build those
Right.
relationships and get those people. And
Yeah, but it doesn't
you
hurt,
know.
is what I mean. Like, I mean, it's definitely a step stool.
yeah,
Like, it definitely helps.
I heard this weekend also like Cup bare minimum. You want to run 30th or worse, it's minimum 10 million. Minimum.
Lee.
You want to run top 20, minimum.
So, Ty
15.
Dillon got that money.
Wow.
15.
That's wild.
That's silver spoon 0.999 grade, bro.
Ain't no silver spoon. Platinum.
Platinum.
Diamond. Diamond spoon.
spoon.
Just to be last.
It's netherite.
Platinum Dillon.
netherite.
It's you got that netherite spoon.
Netherite hoe.
Any of our those gamers out there know what we're talking about?
No, but so yeah, it was just interesting. Heard some different numbers. It was really interesting. Like this weekend, there's almost 2,000 tires there for Cup. By the time you count all like
Practice
each
and everything.
team gets 10 sets times. I mean, it's just dude, it's crazy.
That
Just
is.
doing all the numbers like
We
of all like,
can't
the
make them
tires. and everything.
better.
Well,
Yeah, they can make a bunch of them though.
I have $3.
Can I jump in the seat? No. Please.
How about 4?
You drive a hard bargain, sir.
Yeah.
It's worth a shot. All right, looking at next week. So next week we go to Martinsville. We also have Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup, all 3 series there.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So we
Yes.
got truck race.
As far as I know, right now.
I got it pulled up, DJ.
I do know truck race is Friday night at 7:30.
Friday night 7:30. Then we have Xfinity Saturday at 5 p.m.
Okay,
and a Cup race at 3 p.m.
sweet. I'm looking forward to the truck race at a normal hour.
Yeah.
Not 9 o'clock or 9:30 or whatever.
I don't mind the late
I didn't
races.
like it that late. 7:30 is like perfect. 'Cause that's right when my kids go to sleep.
That's a good time for Xfinity, or for a truck race at Martinsville. It's a good time.
Yeah.
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 I went to bed super early Friday, so I woke up at 3 o'clock to get to Miami because I had to go by the race shop and pick something up for the team. So I left super early. I was like, I am not staying up to watch this truck race. Got up, thank God for YouTube TV, and watched it about halfway down to Miami. Had it pulled up.
I
That's
posted
funny.
a photo, and I thought it was funny at the time. DJ did not understand the joke.
No, I totally didn't.
I was watching the Miami race with a bonfire. It's like being right there.
Yeah.
He's like, well, the screen's really small. I was like, you're ignoring the fire part of this joke.
I'm gonna be honest.
Oh,
Miami's
I didn't
on
get it either.
fire.
He said that.
Well, Jake, if it makes you feel better,
It's like I'm right there.
he was like, yeah, like the fire, and I'm like, okay. I didn't know there was fires going at the track until the next day, and he's like, I'm like, Matt, did you see there was fires behind the track? He's like, why do you think I sent the photo? And I'm like, oh, it makes more sense now.
It took DJ 24 hours.
It took me a while.
It's not that advanced of a joke.
To be fair, my joke was he was watching it on an iPad, and I was like, yeah, well, that's still bigger.
I'll make a
than-
joke DJ can understand. His CPU is very slow.
Okay. I'm taking my CPU home. Both of them. Actually, 3 of them.
We do have a question. It says favored for Martinsville next week. What do you think for favored for Martinsville next week? What do you think for trucks?
Good pick. Good
I will
pick.
take your favorite beer guzzler, Ben Rhodes.
Ben Rose, let's go, brother.
What about
Man.
Xfinity?
Larson.
Oh yeah, he's
Oh.
racing Larson. Larson or all guy are ready to go back to back,
Honestly, either one of them.
Back. Well, I think Olgar already went back to back.
back to back to back.
This would be a 3-peat.
He wants to be like Bell.
One job.
Who's
man.
this
Good
guy?
job, Nate.
Sorry, guys.
Golly, man.
Jeff calling you,
Give me my seat back.
What are you doing?
keeping it warm for me, big boy.
Stop. Um,
and
Cup
then,
race, Blaney.
Cup.
Blaney.
Really?
Blaney.
Chastain.
Bell could make a return.
Bell can make a return.
Somehow
Bell returns.
Blaney is a huge favorite. Chase Elliott, I think, is a favorite.
Bowman.
Bowman's been good
Bowman.
here.
I'm gonna say Bowman.
Yeah, I think I'll take Chase Elliott for next week.
Could be.
Going back to back.
I want to see
Last to
Bowman
last.
and Hamlin happen again.
Back to back Bowman.
Back to back Bowman.
Almost missed it. Had a chance.
Next week.
Missed it by that much.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. Ow. Was
Is
a
that
lot.
it? What else y'all got? Anything?
No.
Not much.
Matt had, I don't know. We'll have to figure out a way to tell the story about you getting me the diecast for Christmas 3 months late.
We'll do a door by or side by side. Door
Door to
door to door.
Door to door.
Door side by side.
We haven't done one in a while. We should probably do one.
That's cute. Door to door, side by side. What's up?
Hi.
Hey.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Well, it's been fun. We've been hanging out with you guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Facebook,
I'm liking it right
X,
now.
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube,
Oh, yeah.
and jump in the Discord. And we'll see you guys next week after Martinsville.
Much love.
See y'all.
Out.
Out of pocket.